In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the system development tools and the productivity aids. Now, these things can include components like a code generator, which is just that. It's something that actually generates code that will create a program for you. We also have the computer-aided software engineering. We call it CASE. Now, CASE has a series of applications that you can use in helping you with your code. We also have the 4GLs, the fourth generation languages. And we're going to take a look at each of these as we move through this lesson. Now, a code generator are tools that are often incorporated with CASE products. They can basically generate program code based on certain parameters that you as the system analyst would define, or they can be based on the data or entity flow diagrams that you create. Since I said that code generators are part of CASE, let's talk about what it is. It's the computer-aided software engineering. Now, the efforts of application development often require somewhere to collect, to organize, and to be able to present a large amount of data. A lot of application development involves translating that information program logic for subsequent testing, modification, and implementation. And CASE is an example of an automated tool that can aid in that software development process. In fact, one of the biggest things I think about with CASE, one of the biggest tools that you'd use, often is what we call a compiler. Now, if you think about what that does, it's taking your large amount of data, a text file. By the way, you can be the best C programmer, C++ programmer, but you're technically writing a program in nothing more than a notepad. And what we do is we have a program that can read all of the lines in your text document and converts it into executable code. That's the compiler. That is something that is generating code. And that's an example of CASE. Now, CASE products are usually found under three different categories. The uppercase, I like these names, uppercase. The uppercase products are used to describe and document your business and application requirements. You have some tools that are in the middle called the middle case. Those are products can help you develop a detailed design, maybe even help you with the development of a screen or report layouts. And then lowercase products are involved with the generation of program code, or maybe even the design of your database or the definition of your database. It's important to remember that these tools, these CASE tools, they can help you in the design process, but they don't give any assurance that the design of your making is your program, or the programs or the systems that they're going to be correct, or even meet the organizational standards. Your CASE tools basically are complementing the application development process, but you still need a project methodology in place for CASE to be effective. You also have to make sure your CASE repository is going to be secured and available only on a need-to-know basis. Now, your fourth generation languages, the 4GLs, there's still not a standard definition of what 4GL is. It doesn't exist yet. I mean, the definition of it does, or the standards. But the common characteristics they have is that they're a non-procedural language, which means that they don't follow the traditional coding of continuous statement executions and subroutine calls. Right? Because in a normal program, you have start, right? The begin. If it was one with sequence numbers, first lowest line number, and it just goes from there and executes in order. This doesn't have any semblance of order. These are commands that can be entered at any point, or instructions at any point. Also, environmental independence. That means that these languages are portable across computer architectures. Software facilities include the ability to be able to design, to retrieve, to draw screen formats, graphical outputs, and they also have some simple language subsets that generally make it easier for a less skilled user to be able to work with this kind of programming language. Now, these 4GLs are often classified in some of the following ways. They can be query and report generators. Often these are specialized languages that can extract data and produce reports. I think of SQL, as an example. A structured query language is the foundation of the languages we use to extract information from a database management server and then be able to retrieve the information, and from there we can put it into some sort of report. We also have embedded database 4GLs. These often depend on the self-contained database management systems. Relational database 4GLs are often high-level language products that have optional features based on the different implementations of the database management systems. Going back to my SQL example, Microsoft uses what's called Transact SQL, T-SQL, whereas other suppliers of databases might use an ANSI SQL, a little bit more of a standard. But that's because each of them have a variety of extra features that are available in the language that the other vendor might not have. Now, application generators are often going to be your development tools that can generate lower level programming languages from this higher level language.